All right, so we're continuing with our poster stash. So it was free. So you can imagine all these aviation enthusiasts going around each stand and collecting a poster from each, RAF personnel. So this was probably, I guess, the highlight or the draw card for most people there, which is the F-35.
Pretty much. This is the 5th generation multi-role fighter. It has an interesting history, but you know how it is. It's currently based out of Williamstown. And there's supposed to be eventually 72 of them.
Because Williamstown is actually a Victorian town, so we got to be careful. There's no S in Williamstown.
Now, this is a Lightning II.
I don't know what the difference is.
And there is 3 variants. There's an A, B, and C.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is when the American talked to you
about
it.
When we were talking to one of the guys there, and he actually was quite good. Because their Air Force over there has one for the Marines, their Air Force, and their Navy.
He was from the Navy, though, wasn't he?
Yeah,
that was interesting.
He was a radar tech.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it has a very long history worth looking into.
Yeah, and what I liked about it during the air show was it actually showed the vertical lift, because that was
it did some crazy stunts.
But I said it's just too noisy.
It is the loudest plane currently flying around.
Kids had to have mufflers to watch it.
Mufflers.
Earmuffs. Okay, are we moving on to the next one?
The FA-18F Super Hornet. Now, I have no idea how many variants there are of this.
Well, I don't know why this is called Rhino. So, well, there you go. Because each squadron is like a club. They've got their own little insignia. Like, you can see this little S there and all that stuff. So, yeah. So, this complements the bigger poster that we had, which was a bit of a cartoon.
Now, this is a two-person fighter. You technically have your pilot, and you have
the co-pilot.
A weapon systems operator.
Oh, so not a co-pilot.
No, not as such.
Oh, so that one concentrates on deploying the weapons and one
one shoots, the other one does everything else.
Oh, well, fair enough.
So this is apparently based out of Amberley.
So that's up in Brisbane, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, look, we talked to a lot of people from RAAF Amberley, and that's the thing about this air show. I didn't realise they brought all these other personnel from around the country. I was just expecting the Williamstown people, but it's a lot of all the other bases participated, and I really like the Amberley crew. So hello to the RAAF Amberley. You were really, really nice to us.
So every man and his dog was literally there.
Okay, next one.
The EA-18G Growler. This is actually now my favourite plane.
Yeah, this is Mr. Martin's favourite plane.
Only because the favourite plane of mine was decommissioned.
Oh, the F-111.
F-111.
Yeah, but we saw that at the museum.
Yeah,
we saw that at Fighter World Museum. And as I mentioned, the Fighter World Museum was open during Open Day, which kind of makes sense.
But it was open.
But, I looked at the admission price for Fighter World. It's like $20. And our admission price to this air show was $10. So we got a really good bargain. But if you do go to Fighter World, look, they're manned by volunteers. So please donate to some of their fundraising activities to restore some of these gorgeous planes.
Now, the Growler is actually quite nice. It's also a two-person plane. You've got your pilot and your weapon systems person. The interesting thing is, when she's actually on the ground, there are little air vents around the front here, and they have a vent cover, and it's got a set of teeth on it. It looks pretty funky.
Yeah, I think I posted one that had the teeth. Yeah, the teeth were nice.
It looks different. It was kind of like very much World War II bomber type thing.
Do we have any more fighter jets? Because I might stop this.
No, that's about it. No,
okay, so I'll go to the big planes next in the next video.